Texas League Baseball is next. And a good Thursday night, everybody. We'd like to welcome you into a live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. And now here is the voice of the San Antonio Missions, John Baker. Thank you, Bob, and a good evening, everybody. Welcome into our live broadcast on this Thursday night as we get ready to do the third game of the six-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Frisco RoughRiders. Well, gotta say, we honor the horses that have fallen on Tuesday night due to a lightning strike there in Woodsboro, Texas. And do believe it or not, that is outside of Houston, I should say. But anyway, do apologize for my little stutteriness. That's right outside of the Houston metropolitan area. And so far, what a tragic time this has been for a lot of people. And so far, to the people of that ranch that lost the 5 horses, our deepest condolences to the family of the 5 that were lost on Tuesday evening. And gotta say, Mother Nature is getting crazy around these baseball months. And so far, April through September, it could be very, very crazy. Well, anyway, it is a overcast evening, and so far, thunderstorm activity. Fans are saying that San Antonio is starting to see a sunset and a huge cumulus cloud that is towering about 20 to 30,000 feet. And so far, yeah, it's got a dark underpinning look, and yeah, we're getting some pictures in from the storm that's coming into Bernie right now. And so far, yeah, it's looking pretty gray, pretty dark on that supercell. But evidently, let's hope and pray that supercell goes away from San Antonio. And look like it is. It's starting to drift as we all look at it. Because the lightning looks like it's... oh, yeah, there's some lightning right there. I just saw a flash. But anyway, we'll definitely keep in mind if a storm comes, then we'll be on the high lookout. But anyway, San Antonio's supposed to get rain around 8:45 tonight. So hopefully we'll be at the end of the live stream as we get going. Well, anyway, we'll have a short, sweet broadcast here tonight. And so far, a pretty good one. Well, it would be a short and sweet pregame show is what you're saying. Yeah, that is for sure. But anyway, we do have severe weather through the Labor Day weekend, which I do believe that is... Nope, it's Memorial Day. I do apologize. And then we do have Spring Bank holiday in the UK. And, well, so far, that is what's going on. So, we do have Memorial Day, which that is a federal holiday. And for a lot of military bases, that's also an off day for military personnel. Anyway, our deepest condolences to the family of the 5 horses that were lost on Tuesday evening due to the thunderstorms that rolled through the Houston, Woodsboro area. And so far, our thoughts and prayers to the ranchers out there that lost 5 beautiful souls during the lightning storm. And I got to say, Bob, it really hurts to see 5 of those horses dead. And so far as we all look at it today, they're being buried one by one, and it could be right next to each other. And so far, we just offer prayers to the family of that ranch, and our sincerest condolences to the ranchers out there in Woodsboro. And so far, for the San Antonio Missions and for all of Texas League Baseball, our sincerest condolences to the ranchers out there during this time. But anyways, we get ready to go on this Thursday night between the Missions and RoughRiders. We definitely will keep in mind of the ranchers out there in Woodsboro that literally got hit with the lightning on that Tuesday night, the 19th of May, which we will not ever forget in this time. And so far, we'll keep that all in memory of what happened on that tragic evening. But anyway, thunderstorm activity is really getting going in this year, and so far we look at it on May 1st there in San Antonio. A lot of people lost PlayStation 5s and their electronics due to lightning, and then around 18 days later, we had 5 incidents regarding the 5 horses that were killed by a lightning strike. And so far, it was just one of them tragic days. And so far, pretty bad. But anyway, as we look at it, seems to me like San Antonio fixing to get some rain coming into the area. And yeah, it looks like it's going to have some lightning with it. But anyway, we are seeing which way it's going. So most evidently, San Antonio could see a little bit of rain. A little bit of lightning, but we are seeing a base of a cloud as fans continue to send pictures in. But anyway, we'll go ahead and get it started here tonight as we lead it off for the top of the first inning for San Antonio. And so far, welcome into our broadcast on a Thursday night. And joined here with me is my partner, Bob. Well, thank you, John. And yes, we do commemorate the lives of those horses there in Woodsboro. And so far, our prayers, our thoughts to the family from the Texas League Baseball Association. And so far, hope that the family of those 5 horses will know that they rest in peace. Well, Trey Supak coming in now. 4-seam slider, a changeup, and a curveball will get us started here for the Riders. Second base is Cameron Coley, as of the other day, getting in for the RoughRiders. The shortstop, Luis Verdugo, getting ready to go here for San Antonio. And here, away we go as the first pitch downstairs, and the count now 1-0. And our first pitch here at 7:03 on this evening. 1 ball, no strikes to pitch, and that's going to be line drive, and that gets down through for a base hit to right. And so far, a pretty good one right there indeed. Well, that'll bring up the center fielder, Kai Roberts. Everybody getting going. Tulsa at Wichita, San Antonio at Frisco, Midland at Corpus Christi, Springfield at Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas at Amarillo. There in beautiful Waterbridge Field, downtown Amarillo. No balls, 1 strike. That is going to be a ground ball straight away up to right field, and that's through for a hit. And boy, two hits come in and get going. That lead it off for San Antonio. And a pretty good one right there, Bob. There, I got to say, John, pretty good hits coming in. And got to say, pretty good ones. Here is Ethan Salas as he'll come in and take that one in for a strike. And it's the count now at 0-1. Boy, and I tell you one thing, as we go through Memorial Day weekend, we could expect severe weather as we go through the weekend. And as you may know that tomorrow or tonight is the early release of Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu coming out. Oh yes, if you got your tickets to that movie, make sure you go see it in Regal Cinema. A pretty good place to watch a movie, especially if you have a family. Well, you can really get going. That one downstairs, the count now 2 balls to 2 strikes. And I tell you, fans are also sending videos there from San Antonio to look at an ominous-looking storm cloud, and gotta say, it's got some lightning with it, because I've seen a lightning strike, and so far, just pretty nasty, if you know what I mean. Well, anyway, with Verdugo and Roberts getting on, Salas struck out, Sanabria, Carpathios, and Fabian will be the middle. Verdugo, Murphy, and Castagnone will round it out here for San Antonio. Now the batter is the first baseman, Romeo Sanabria, as he gets ready to go. Here's the pitch, and that is chopped foul, and the count now 0-1. Weather-wise, we are 85 degrees and overcast here tonight. Just a beautiful overcast evening as we get underway of this one. That one fouled in the way, and the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count now, and the pitch. And that one is foul, so still hanging on at no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. High pop up straight away out in foul grounds. And that is out number 2.
That is big. The right fielder, Braden Carpathios.
Well, that'll bring up the right fielder, Braden Carpathios. Coming in with this one. And here is the first pitch offering. And that one is crushed. High in the air, straight away to right field. And that goes to the right fielder for out number 3. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for San Antonio. We head for the bottom of the first, and it's no score through the first half. San Antonio left-hander Jagger Haynes will get on the mound. It's a 4-seam slider, changeup, getting ready for the missions as the San Antonio lefty gets loose out there. And that'll bring up right fielder Orlando Martinez as we get ready to go here for the bottom of the RoughRiders first inning. First pitch in is a strike. The count now 0-1 as Haynes is now getting going on the mound for San Antonio. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that is foul. And the count now 0-2. Well, if you're watching from San Antonio, that's a good thing. And evidently, I hope you're indoors while these storms go through the area. But evidently, the sky in San Antonio is like black and gray. I mean, right now as we speak, and right there, out number 1 is Martinez is down for the K, and that will be the first out of the inning. Hardy, Figueroa, Guerrero, Drilling, Gutierrez, Hoffer, Johnson, and Cauley will round it out for Frisco as we look at the RoughRiders batting order. Theo Hardy coming in as that's downstairs. The count now 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, and tell you one thing, when you see thunderstorm clouds, I got to tell you, you got to be alert because you never know if that storm is going to get ugly or if it's coming your way or if it's going some other direction. Well, that just depends which way it goes there, John. But if the winds are pushing it away from San Antonio or Frisco or wherever the ball club is, then you know that those storms could definitely go somewhere else.
Batting third, the third baseman.
Well, that is for sure. That'll bring up Gilder Figueroa as he'll come in. Figueroa, yep, I'm trying to sound it out there, Bob. I don't need you to help me sound it out, but anyway. 1 ball, no strikes to Figueroa as he comes in. And here's the pitch. And that one is right there in the end for a strike, and the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that is a swing and a miss. The count now at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him. Blew it right by him for the out, and that is how the inning comes to a close. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for the RoughRiders. Second inning coming up. Fabian, Verdugo, and Murphy will get going for San Antonio when we come back.
The designated hitter, Albert.
Designated hitter is Albert Fabian as we lead it off top of the second for the Missions. That one popped foul, and that is out of play. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count, and the pitch. Ground ball straight away and let right field for the base hit. Boy, beautiful base hit as it comes in all shapes and forms. And got to say there, John, pretty good. I got to say, you're absolutely right there, Bob. Anyway, our proud sponsor of this broadcast is our San Antonio viewers up in West Creek Trail Rides. Make sure you book online for a trail ride at 210-616-6585 or book online at westcreektrailrides.com. Well, the next batter up for San Antonio, third baseman is Rosemond Verdugo as he comes in. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a high fly in the air up to right field. And Verdugo down for the out, and there is 1 down.
Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 1, Kai Murphy.
Well, the left fielder, Kai Murphy, coming in. Is set to go. And here's somebody saying, get 2. That one lofted high in the air. And it is right to the left fielder. And that is out number 2.
Batting ninth, the second baseman, Marcos Castanon.
Marcos Castanon coming in now as 2 outs, another 1-2-3 half inning if this continues with a 3-out mix. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there, line drive, and that is down through for a base hit. And the runner from first is heading home. And San Antonio will score first now 1-0 against the RoughRiders. Well, Luis Verdugo coming in as getting set to go. So a 2-out double, an RBI by the 9-hole batter Marcos Castanon. Well, right there, and that is the 3rd out, but Castanon getting that RBI double. And so far, we head now to the bottom half of the second inning. It's now 1-0 San Antonio in this one.
Leading off for Frisco, the first baseman.
RoughRiders first baseman Pablo Guerrero coming in now. We get set to go for the bottom half of 2 as that is inside for a strike, and the count now at 0-1. Man, and I tell you, the sky looks cloudy looking. And evidently it is gray and blue and whatever color it is there in San Antonio. It's just one of them things. Here's the 0-2 delivery.
That's 3.
Called third strike, and they got him. And blew it right by him for the out. And now here is Dylan Drilling. Drilling coming in, ready to go. We'll take that in for the strike, and the count now 0-1. So, how's your grandmother doing? Is she okay after yesterday? Well, to tell you one thing, Bob, maybe she is, maybe she isn't. I don't know. Up the left field, and that is up for out number 2. But to tell you one thing, Bob, you know, we just don't discuss no personal problems going on, because it is personal, and, you know, I hope you understand that. You know, I full-heartedly understand that there, John. Anthony Gutierrez coming in now, as that is taken in for a strike. The count now 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. High in the air, straightaway center. Roberts in pursuit, makes the play and ends the inning. So no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for the RoughRiders as we head now for the 3rd inning. San Antonio leading it 1-0. They'll about set to go as we lead off the 3rd. Right now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Okay, well, set to go is Kai Roberts as he'll get going. And the first pitch high and outside is 1 ball and no strikes. And that is in for a strike. The count now at 1-2. And that's a changeup swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Trey Zubak, and that is outside. 2-2 the delivery, and that's a full count. And that's Ethan Salas getting on the on-deck circle. Yeah, for sure. And right there, that is a line drive right past the pitcher's head. Boy, good thing it didn't take his head off, because, boy, that sure would have been a few inches away from his head, and it would have been a comebacker. Ethan Salas coming in. We'll take that one downstairs. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Bob, getting hit by a comebacker, that's not a fun thing to see when you're a starting pitcher. Well, that is for sure. High fly in the air, and that's going to get down line for the base hit. And Ethan Salas has an RBI double, and San Antonio scores in the 2nd run. It's now 2-0. Man, that is just wicked. Yeah, it sure is. Romeo Sanabria coming in. Runner at second. Nobody out. That one is lofted high in the air straight away. And that is not going to get far enough for the runner at second to advance.
Now batting, right fielder.
And that will be out number 1, caught to the center fielder. Well, that'll bring up right fielder Braden Carpathios as he strides up next for the San Antonio Missions. And the pitch right there, liner straight away, and that is through for the base hit. The runner from second heading home, he slides in safely, and it's a 3-0 San Antonio lead. Wow, pretty good right there, Bob, and gotta say, that is really good when we all look at it. Well, the Missions have that upper hand now. Albert Fabian coming in as he swings and misses And the count now at 0-1. 1-for-1 single for the San Antonio designated hitter. And so far, a pretty good one. There's pitch. That's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. So far, let's go ahead and give you some scores. Right there, ground ball straight away, and that is through for a base hit. First and second now, one away as Fabian gets in. Now a runner on scoring position. Amarillo leading 2-0 against Northwest Arkansas. Springfield leading Arkansas 4-0. Midland leading Corpus Christi 3-1. San Antonio leading Frisco 3-0. And Tulsa leading the Wichita Wind Surge 2-0. And so far, pretty good. No balls, 2 strikes account now as Rosemond Verdugo coming in. And that one is in the dirt. And that does not get far enough. Murphy and Anderson, 2 right-handers warming up in the bullpen for Frisco. On San Antonio, doing pretty good. Now first and second, one away. Verdugo up to the plate now for the Missions, and that's going to be a lofted high fastball, and that will go out of play, foul. And the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now to Verdugo. And that's going to be right there, 2nd for 1. They relay in time, and that ends the inning. Well, San Antonio, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors. And they leave 2-1 as we're 3.5. San Antonio with the lead. It's 3-0. Trevor Hoffer will lead it off as we head for the bottom half of the 3rd inning in the Missions RoughRiders Baseball Networks. Well, about set to go for the bottom half of the third inning right now on the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Trevor Halver coming in now. We lead off the bottom half of the third inning for Frisco, and that is in for a strike, and the count now at 0-1. Well, gotta say, look like most of that thunderstorm activity is skipping the viewing area, as most likely it's just clouds and all types of stuff. Probably little spits of rain here and there, but nothing as severe as it is. There's the 0-2, and that one is out of play, foul. The count now 0-2. And not like Tuesday night, May 19th, which that was a big tragedy out there in Woodsboro, which that is just tough. Here's the 0-2. And that one right there out of play. And the count now still hanging on. 0-2 one more time. And that is chopped foul. So still hanging on. 0-2. That one right there up to Carpathios. And that is out number one. Here's the catcher, Cooper Johnson. It'll look like we shouldn't have any problems with any thunderstorm activity, as these clouds just normally will go along the way, and they'll be like, hey, we won't cause any problems while you're gaming. So no balls, 2 strikes to count. And here's the windup and the pitch. Whoa. And that one is ball 1, and the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him.
The second baseman.
Man blew it right by him for the out. And they're 2 down. Cameron Coley coming up now, as that is fouled in the way. 0-1 the count now, as the second baseman averaging at .314 over a .400 opposition. That one is a high pop-up. Straightaway center, Roberts getting after it. Makes the play, and that ends the half inning. Well, nothing doing here in this one. No runs, hits, or errors. And we're heading to the fourth. San Antonio with the lead. It's now 3-0. So we'll be right back as the left fielder, Kai Murphy, comes in. And we'll be ready to go. About set to go for the top of the fourth. Right now, the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Kai Murphy coming in now. And it's getting set to go in this half inning, and that's the count now, 0-1. Getting a little few spits of rain here and there here at the ballpark. That one is a high pop-up straightaway second. And that is out number 1.
Now batting, the second baseman,
Marcos Castañon, the next batter up, is an RBI double, and the second is 1 for 1. One out, nobody on for San Antonio, and that is a swing and a miss. And the count now, 0-1. And that is the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that is a swing and a miss on a curveball, and the count now 1-2. One and two, here's the pitch. And that's a knockout right there.
The batter, number 11.
And that's the second one for Subacas coming in. Shortstop is Luis Verdugo. 1 for 2, single back in the game here today.
That's a ball.
That one downstairs. The count now at 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's fouled in the way, still hanging on. Trey with the 1-1 offering. And that one's going to be right there. Line drive straight away up to center field for a base hit.
Now batting, the center fielder, Kai Roberts.
Well, the center fielder is Kai Roberts. As he comes in. 2 for 2, 2 singles, a run for San Antonio. So a pretty interesting evening as we get going. And that's right there and in for strike 2 as he held up on that one. No balls, and 2 strikes to count now to the center fielder, Roberts. And that is popped into the catcher's mitt, as that will be it. Well, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left as we head now to the bottom of the 4th. And San Antonio with the lead. It's 3-0. Back here to start up the bottom of the 4th, right now, the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Right on there, Bob. Here is the leadoff batter, Orlando Martinez, as he swings and misses at the initial offering. For the count now, 0-1. Jagger Haynes for San Antonio, already now at 32 pitches as that one is chopped foul. And the count now at 0-2. You're listening to Thursday Night Baseball here at the ballpark. RoughRiders and San Antonio Missions here in this one. Well, 5th strikeout for Jagger Haynes as
the batter, number 3.
The leadoff batter, Orlando Martinez, is down on strikes. Theo Hardy coming in as that's going to be lofted high in the air, straight away up in right center, and that's going to get down up to Braden Carpathios as he'll get there and make the play for out number 2. Gilder Figueroa coming up now, the third baseman. 0 for 1, a strikeout. So far, starting to get some sunset images of those thunderclouds there in San Antonio. And boy, those beautiful images. Keep them coming if you have some pretty good shots. No balls, 1 strike the count now to Figueroa as that's a high pop-up. And that is going to be a wasted opportunity in a half inning. Come and gone as that will do it. So no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for Frisco. 5th inning, San Antonio leads it 3-0.
Leading off for San
The catcher, Ethan Salas, coming in is 1 for 2, double and RBI. He's getting ready to go here for San Antonio for the 5th inning. That one downstairs is count now, 1 ball and no strikes. Bob, take it away from here as we get going with this half inning. Thank you, John. 1 ball, no strikes, swing and a miss, the changeup, and the count now at 1-1. And that one will miss outside. And the count now at 2-1. And that's in for the strike. The count now 2-2. Salas is 1 for 2 here this evening. And so far, pretty good. And that one is a changeup. Fouls that one off. And here is the pitch. That one, ground hopper, straightaway up to first. Is in time. And that is out number 1.
The first baseman, Romeo Sanabria.
Well, Romeo Sanabria coming in. 0 for 2, a fly out and a pop out. But Trey Subak at 52% of his four-seam for pitches. And so far, pretty good. That's right there. Hit the first in time. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder, Braden Carpathios.
Well, that'll bring up Braden Carpathios. 1 for 2, RBI single in the third. Well, John, do we have anything regarding promotionals tomorrow evening? Well, it's $2 Dr. Pepper here at Statesman's Park. And we'll say it's a pretty good one here in Frisco. And also, as we do it in San Antonio, it's always a pretty good thing. That one is right there now to play foul. And the count now at 0-2. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, John, you said you were going to let me lead and stuff, so... Oh, I do apologize, man. Go ahead. But anyway, for the promotionals, $2 Dr. Pepper all night long. Boy, that hits the base of third base, and boy, that's pretty good. What a great play as that ball is just bouncy.
The batter, the designated.
Well, that was an interesting play as that ball just hits the bag, and now here comes the manager, and he's seen enough of Trey Subak because that it will do for him. Got to say, that manager looks like a storm chaser, like Reed Timmer. Oh, yeah, he kind of does, doesn't he?
Number 50.
Oh, Patrick Murphy coming in as he'll be a right-hander, getting ready to go for the Riders. A four-seam, a curveball, and a sinker. Murphy now pitching for Frisco. Well, up now is Albert Fabian. Bob, take it away. Thank you, John. No balls, 1 strike to this guy. It's 2 for 2 and 2 singles and a run by the designated hitter. And that is for sure. Two for 2 here tonight by Fabian, and that is going to be popped foul. And the count now at 0-2. And that one is outside. The count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that is out for a ball in the count now, 2-2. 2-2 offering. Right there, ground, and that is through for the center field base hit. And boy, that was great. Now seeing 2-1, 2 out, and here is Rosemont Verdugo as he'll come on in. The pitch. And that one's going to be right there. Line drive up to right field, and that is out number 3. And the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for San Antonio. The bottom of the 5th coming up. Gotta say, this one is brought to you in part by InTouch Credit Union here in Frisco. And here is the InTouch Credit Union batter. This is the next batter up, number 27, Pablo Guerrero. So for 1 here, and that's going to be out of play, foul. And the count now 0-1. Kind of like riding a horse when we take turns in this live stream. That is for sure. And that's going to be right there. And that will not touch the ground as the left fielder, Kai Murphy. Boy, that was awfully close. And still a no-hit ball game as San Antonio leads this one 3-0. And that'll bring up Dylan Dreiling as he comes in. And the count now 0-1 as that one is delivered into the catcher's mitt. And right there, straight away, Sanabria gets it, makes the play for the out number 2.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 25.
Well, that'll bring up the center fielder, Anthony Gutierrez, as he gets ready to go. Well, that is for sure, Bob. And I tell you one thing about it is these boys ready to start hitting. And slider is outside. The count now 1 ball and no strikes. One ball, no strikes to count. That one is fouled off him. The count now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Right there and out of play. The count now 1-2. One and two. Here's the delivery knockout punch. That one is high fly in the air. And that goes to the right fielder, as that will do for the half inning. Well, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody on for Frisco as we head to the top of the 6th inning. San Antonio leading it 3-0. Well, as we go through the middle half of this ball game, Bob, I gotta say, San Antonio doing a lot of hitting the baseball, and a 3-run lead for the Missions. Just got to say, they are just doing it perfectly here tonight as getting going. Well, top half of the 6th inning as we give you your line look scorecard right here on your screen. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Kai Murphy, as he strides up first for San Antonio. So far, a pretty good time that we are having here tonight, despite the cloud cover, and later on thunderstorms will come on in. That one high in the air, straight away up to left field, and that is for out number 1.
Now batting, the second baseman, Marcos Castanon.
Well, here's the second baseman, Marcos Castanon, as he comes on in and is ready to go here in this one. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be right there up to second, and that is out number 2.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Luis Rodriguez.
Well, Well, the shortstop is Luis Verdugo as he comes in. And right there. And up to right field, that is through for a hit.
The batter, the center fielder, number 2, Kai Roberts.
Well, the center fielder is Kai Roberts. Getting ready to go here tonight. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count now 0-1. Two for three. Two singles, a run by Roberts here tonight. And that one is popped foul. Still hanging on. And the pitch. Right there and out of play. And the count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Throw down to first in time, and that is the inning coming to an end. Well, nothing doing here. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio. Bottom half of the 6th inning, straight ahead, and it's 3-0 San Antonio. Trevor Hoffer will get things ready to go as we lead off the bottom of the 6th, and we come back here in this one. Now set to go for the bottom of the sixth. Right now, the RoughRiders Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Trevor Hoffer coming in is 0 for 1 as we welcome you back into the Thursday night broadcast. And so far, that first pitch was inside for a strike. The count now 0-1. We get our series tomorrow night. $2 Dr. Peppers all night long, courtesy of Riders Baseball. In Touch Credit Union is also our proud bank here in the RoughRiders metropolitan area. So far, check those out at intouchcreditunion.com. Here's the 0-2. High in the air, straight away, up the left field. And that is out number 1. Our proud sponsors there in San Antonio, West Creek Trail Rides, Henry's Puffy Tacos, Whataburger, and many more that are in our roster of proud sponsors. Here is Cooper Johnson as he'll power that one out of play, foul, and the count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and a pitch.
No,
and that changeup is outside, the count now 1-1. Well, trivia question on this day in 2012. Mike Trout hits for the cycle. And we're going to have to see
Ball 2.
what that was. And so far, Mike Trout did hit a cycle back in 2012. Here's the 2-1, and that is in for a strike. The count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oh, that's funny. Oh, what you laughing at? Did you see something funny on your phone? Oh, yeah.
Now batting, the second baseman.
I'm making some AI videos with Star Wars. Oh, man.
Ball.
Here's Cameron Coley now as that one's outside, and that's 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and that is going to be high fly in the air. And that's going to be the count now 1-1. The pitch.
Nope, that's away.
And that is down and in, and the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. High in the air, straight away, and out of play, foul. The count now 2-2. And that one is out of play. The count now 2-2. Cameron Coley is 0 for 1. Now 58 pitches for San Antonio pitcher Jagger Haynes. That one straight away up to Castellon. Right there to Sanabria. And that will end the half inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for the RoughRiders. 7th inning here tonight. San Antonio leading it, a no-hit ball game in this broadcast. Right-hander Dan Acker coming in. There's a 4-seam fastball, curveball, and a slider for the top half of the 7th inning. Going up against San Antonio catcher Ethan Salas. 1 for 3 double RBI. And a run in that one.
That's a ball.
And that one is a ball, and the count now 1-0. That one is fouled off. The count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. And here's the pitch. And that one's going to be lofted high in the air, straight away up to right field, and that is out number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, Romeo Sanabria.
Boy, it's been a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings for the RoughRiders here tonight. And so far, San Antonio, 3 runs, 12 hits for the whole ball game. And so far, 2nd and 3rd innings were the only 2 innings that San Antonio scored some runs. You know, the RoughRiders now have Heinstrom and Anderson warming up in the Rough Rider bullpen. And so far, pretty good on that. That is for sure. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to be lofted high in the air. And that'll be one ball high, and that's out number 2.
The batter, the right fielder, Braden Carpathios.
Braden Carpathios coming in, 2 for 3 and 2 singles. And here is the pitch. High in the air, straight away, up to center field. And that is out number 3. And we're going to go ahead and take you to the 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark. So get up and stretch and sing the song. Take me out to the ball game. Well, go ahead and get something going, and hope you enjoy your warm-up stretch, as we'll be back in a little bit. Well, hope you've had a pretty good 7th inning stretch as we head for the bottom of the 7th inning for the Rough Riders Baseball Network. Well, Orlando Martinez, the leadoff batter here tonight for the Riders. He's coming in, and here's the pitch to him, and that one is downstairs. The count now is 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch. High in the air, straight away. Center fielder Roberts will get there. Makes a play, and that is out number 1.
Shortstop, Theo Hardy.
Theo Hardy, the shortstop, coming in, is 0 for 2 and 2 flyouts. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to the count, and the pitch. That one is outside, and the count now 1-1. 1-1 delivery. Here it is. That one is out of play. The count now 1-2. So, John, you got your ticket for Star Wars on Sunday, I see. Yep, 7 o'clock. That one popped high in the air up to the third baseman. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman, Glader Figueroa.
Well, that'll bring up Gilder Figueroa as he comes in. San Antonio leading this game still 3-0 in a no-hit ball game for the Riders. The pitch is a swing and a miss, and the count now 0-1. Well, we go ahead and give you some scores. Midland leading Corpus Christi 9-1. Tulsa leading Wichita 4-1. Springfield leading the Arkansas Travelers. It's 4-2. Northwest Arkansas leading Amarillo 3-2. So pretty good night for baseball here in the Texas League. High in the air straight away. Up the left field is Murphy as he'll make the play. And that ends the inning. Well, no runs, hits, or errors again. Get another 0 in the scoreboard. And it's 8th inning coming up. It's 3-0 San Antonio.
Now pitching for the RoughRiders.
Ben Anderson coming in, the 4-seam slider, curveball, a changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. He's getting ready to go here for the Frisco RoughRiders.
Leading off for San Antonio, the designated.
Well, leading it off is the designated hitter, Albert Fabian. Getting ready to go for the top half of the 8th inning, and that's going to be a high fly pop-up and out of play. And the count now 0-1. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And that one popped high in the air and out of play again. Count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And here it is, and that is outside. 8,191. And the count for attendance tonight here for the Missions.
Now batting.
Elflondale Dealerships. Road to the show is Elam Hicks. Miami Marlins tied for MLB lead with 42 RBIs and 47 GMS. Hitting .260 with a 9 home run, already a career high. He was a former Rough Rider in 2023 and 24. And got to say, pretty good for him. Here's a 1-0 delivery. That's a swing and a miss. The count now 1-1 to Rosemont Verdugo. As he comes in. 1 out here in this half inning. And that is going to be high in the air, foul. And the count now 1-2. 0 for 3 of the night here for San Antonio. And that one's downstairs. The count now 2-2. Join us tomorrow for $2 Dr. Pepper all night long. Saturday night fireworks as well on Saturday. And Sunday as we wrap up the series against San Antonio with Bark in the Park Sunday, presented by the Frisco PetSmart and also other places. But I gotta say, for that left fielder, boy, he dropped the ball and that was right off the glove. And that's going to be committed an E7 on the play. And that'll be an infield base hit. That one right there now to play. The count now at 0-1. Go for 3, a fly out in the second inning for the left fielder Murphy. But yes, Bob, I do have my ticket for Star Wars night. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up to right field, and that is through for a hit. And here comes the runner. It's in safely across to score, and another run for San Antonio makes it 4-0 for Kai Murphy. Well, I'll tell you one thing, John. He really got some home runs going. And that was his first of the night. Marcos Castañon is 1 for 3. As that home run, as that RBI double was a run across the score for the 8-hole batter. No balls, 1 strike in the count. And here's the pitch.
Whoa.
And that is a ball outside. The count now 1-1. We've got the RoughRiders warming up in the bullpens, and gotta say they're pretty good right there. That one is high fly in the air, and that is out of play, and the count now 1-2. Runner at second here in the top half of the 8th inning. San Antonio up 4-0. It's the Frisco RoughRiders. And so far, first run came in across the score in the top half of the second. 2 runs in the top of the third.
The batter, number
In this half inning in the 8th inning is 1 run in to score. Here is Luis Verdugo, the 3 for 4, 3 singles. Let's see if he can make it a 4 for 4 of the evening. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be lofted high in the air straight away up to right field. And that will do it for this half inning. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Frisco. And we now head for the bottom half of the 8th inning. San Antonio leads it 4-0. Pablo Guerrero coming in now. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters do up bottom half of the 8th inning. Against San Antonio starter Jagger Haynes will take that one in. And the count now 0-1. It's been a perfect game for Jagger Haynes. And so far the no-hitter continues. Through the last 7 innings, we have seen San Antonio hold down Frisco in a headlock. Or they got them on their backs. Perfect game through 7 and a penny right there. But evidently get those little signs on the scoreboard that says, hey, look, you know, you're doing pretty good. And so far, pretty good indeed. Here's Dylan Dreiling as he comes in. We'll take inside a strike. And the count now at 0-1. Perfect ball game here in this one, and that is foul. And the count now 0-2. 71 pitches for Jagger Haynes. It's 0 for 2 by Dreiling. And that's going to be right there, line driving. Uh-oh, that's a base hit. And the no-hit streak is finished.
Now batting, the center fielder, number
Boy, and Jagger Haynes not happy about that. He had a pitch-perfect ball game going on. And so far, that pretty much does it, as that no-hit streak is over. So a hit comes in for Frisco. And with Jagger Haynes still having a 4-run lead, that's all he cares about, is getting his bullpen to success tonight. He is going to be put out of this game, but might be the winner of tonight's 3rd game.
number 70, Justin.
Well, the starter here is Justin Yeager. We see about him, Bob, at 96 on the 4-seam, a splitter, a slider, a 2-seam fastball. And so far, Bob, really good prospect here for Justin Yeager. Yeah, I got to say, John, he's really one of the exceptional hitters that we see even in this game. That is for sure. That is right there and downstairs. And they're going to contest this ball. And it will be a ball in the count now 1-0 as the call got overturned. Anthony Gutierrez said no, that was down low. And out of the strike zone as it went, and that is right there in the count now 1-1. 1 out, 1 on top of bottom half of the 8th inning, I should say. This bottom half of the 8th. That's a high pop-up right there. And Sanabria gets it in foul grounds as he calls off the right fielder Braden Carpathios. And that's going to bring in Trevor Halver. Halver coming in and hits that one out of play, and the count now 0-1. Well, I'll tell you one thing, we have one more inning here tonight for this ball game, and so far glad Mother Nature was nicely sweet to us here tonight. Here's the 0-1.
No,
And the
that's a ball.
splitter is high and outside as the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count, and the pitch. Right there, ground ball straight away. Castagnon flips it right to Sanabria. And that is Kai Roberts. As we get ready to go here tonight for the San Antonio Missions. No balls, 1 strike, 2 for 4 of the night. Boy, it looked like Midland fixing a win against Corpus Christi is 9-1, and only 9 outs to play will get them going. Northwest Arkansas leading 5-2 against Amarillo. Springfield up 2 runs ahead of the Arkansas Travelers. Boy, 8 runs against Corpus Christi. Midland doing pretty good tonight there at Bayfront Park, and that one's going to be lofted high in the air straight away up to the second base area, and there's 2 down. Tulsa leading Wichita. It's 6-1 there in good old Wichita. Gotta say, a pretty good one between 2 North Division rivals. And that is downstairs, the count now 1-0. So, pretty good one here tonight. San Antonio with a 4-0 good lead here against the Frisco RoughRiders. And we've had no trouble out of a broadcast or a broadcast getting erupted by anything like severe weather. And that is downstairs, the count now at 2-2. And that one is outside, the count now 3-2. And on deck now is right fielder Braden Carpathio as he comes on in.
Thank you, mate.
And that one is ball 4, so he'll walk him down.
Now batting, right fielder Braden.
So Ben Anderson getting in for the RoughRiders with 2 for 4 and 2 singles and RBI. A runner on base after the intentional walk by Anderson. And the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. Well, join us tomorrow evening for Friday Night Baseball. Our first pitch at 7:05. Don't forget, through the weekend as we take on San Antonio. Through Sunday, and all night games are 7:05 as we go through this week. Well, Johnson, Coley, and Martinez will get ready to go as lead it off for the bottom of the 9th inning, straight ahead. Well, Cooper Johnson coming in now, 8-9-1, 0 for 2 of the night. Will get us going here for the Frisco RoughRiders. The last half inning, and 3 outs to get something going, and that one's going to be a foul ball, and the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. That one's high fly in the air up to left field, and that is out number 1. Well, RoughRiders will take on June 2nd against the visiting Springfield Cardinals. Pretty good team there in the North Division. Last year's champions in 2025 when they take on the Midland Rockhounds. Boy, and that final score said it all when Springfield got beaten there ballpark there at Water Ridge Field, or not Water Ridge Field, Blue River Stadium. I do apologize. Blue River Stadium, home of the Springfield Cardinals in the Springfield, Missouri area. Boy, that one is hit deep to center field, and that one is gone. That one by Cameron Cawley, the first home run of the day. And now they can say they're not going to be shut out anymore. Now it's 4-1. So this crowd trying to get up and get something going. So here is Orlando Martinez as he comes in. We'll foul that one off. And the count now 0-1. 12:05 on the second day of June against the Springfield Cardinals. That is the RoughRiders and Cardinals affiliations. They're pretty nice ball clubs, and say San Antonio, when we get home, is taking on the Corpus Christi Hooks in the next following week. Well, 2 down. Here is Theo Hardy. Last time of the night for the Frisco RoughRiders and their final out. San Antonio leading 4-1 here in this one, and that one is out of play foul. The count now 0-1. 0-1 delivery. And that's going to be right there. Ground ball, straightaway center field, and that's through for a hit. So a 1-out double, 1-out single, I should say, with 2 away. And that'll bring in Gilder Figueroa as he'll lead it in the third spot. And that one is in for the strike. The count now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. San Antonio leading at 3 runs ahead of the RoughRiders. It's 4-1. Swing and a miss. The count now 0-2. RoughRiders down to their final strike of the night. And here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him. And the Missions win it. And boy, I tell you what, that looks like their 21st of the season. I do believe that is. And so far, Jagger Haynes winning it for his ball club. Or should I say that would be the 22nd. So San Antonio will push for first place here in the South Division. And got to say, pretty good right there. And even on this day, it was a pretty good one. Well, anyway, we're glad that everybody came out to the ball game tonight. And so far, we've enjoyed so many of y'all coming out. Final score, San Antonio 4-1. Missions 4 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Frisco 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error. And so far, pretty good of the night. Well, anyway, we hope y'all have a great rest of your evening. And we will see y'all again in the next one. Game 4 tomorrow night, 7:05. As we get ready to go for Friday night baseball. And where series continues through Sunday as we get ready to go for Memorial Day weekend, continuing onward. So anyway, hope y'all have a good rest of your night. And the final score, San Antonio 4, Frisco RoughRiders 1.